Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, we're going to talk about Dustin Poirier. The chances of Poirier facing Gaethje for the third time. That's for Poirier's last fight. It's been talked about a lot recently, and we will discuss it here on this episode of MMA Vision Analysis. Before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification so we can get this community to 1,000 subscribers ASAP. Dustin Poirier, after falling short to champion of the division, once again, this time in the form of Islam Makhachev, seems like that Dustin Poirier still has some hunger for the game. Perhaps more importantly, he does not want to end his career on a loss. There has been possibilities, options that were talked about, moving up in weight, so many different scenarios that included a possible fight against a Colby Covington. Colby Covington at 170, which personally I thought would make the world of sense, just because realistically speaking, whether it's 155 or 170, if Poirier decides to fight beyond the one fight that he's talking about, then he's trying to compete. And if he wants to compete, it would be just as hard for him to climb back up to 155 title shot. Same for 170. So I don't think it would have made much of a difference. I was a huge fan of that idea of Colby Covington fight. Does not look like that fight's going anywhere. I know it's been talked about previously. There was back and forth between Colby and Poirier. A lot of comments made from Colby's side, in all honesty, more than Poirier. Poirier always kept it classy. Not that Colby doesn't keep it classy, but Colby is a master of provoking response. I think that's what propelled him to, the person that we know today. Hate him or love him, Colby will provoke response. And as I said before, guys lean into two different characters, good guy or bad guy. There's really nothing in between. Certain guys can do the thing in between, but that's a very, very difficult thing to do. And also it's situational, so it's more sophisticated game plan. But generally speaking, Colby Covington leaned into that bad guy persona, which sells fights. I know it's been talked about the two ran into each other. Anyways, I thought that fight was going to happen. For Poirier would have been beneficial. Doesn't have to drop weight. Much weight, that is, to fight at 170. Also, if he would have beat Colby in spectacular fashion, won two more opponents after that, I wouldn't have been surprised to see Poirier challenge for that title. And I thought that he had a real chance in competing in that 170 division. Now, that was one of the options that I thought was closer to reality. Does not seem like that's the case for Poirier. At least his comments as of late is not talking, it's not hinting towards him moving up in weight to that 170 division. A matter of fact, he wants to face a guy that he's faced twice already. And obviously, we're talking about none other than Justin Gaethje here. They are 1-1, obviously, and for whatever reason, this seems like an intriguing fight for Poirier. And out of all people, he wants to face Gaethje again. It doesn't seem like that's the easiest fight, despite the fact that Gaethje just lost to Max Holloway. Still, Justin Gaethje hits very hard. And I think people are quick to forget one loss, and it just goes to show you're only as good as your last performance, and that's totally understandable. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that Poirier is not necessarily looking for an easy fight for his last fight. The Justin Gaethje, like I said, despite the fact that he just lost to Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje is a very dangerous fighter. Poirier is interested in that third fight between the two, and he wants to do it in his backyard, whatever that means. Would I be in favor of seeing the two fighting again? Yes. Would I be in favor of seeing them fight each other again? I think that's like, it's a video game reference. It's like a waste of life sort of say for both. Because, like, what's the point? What is the point? But, obviously, if both fighters and the UFC agreed to do the fight, who am I to say, I want this fight to happen or not? At the end of the day, most certainly we'll all be tuned in. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know in the comments and subscribe for more.